A little bit wider base, go a little wider apart. So you're ready, and on your toes, an athletic stance like this, look, like this, you see this? Right here, slightly down with the upper body. There it is, much better. Shamir, so here's the thing with the volley movement, and it's correlated to how much you're turning on the volley. So if you were, for example, the first drill we did where we're just volleying back and forth, you can be completely open. You don't have to turn much on the volley. There's absolutely no benefit in turning on the volley. In fact, if you turn too much, it puts your hand, your hitting hand, too far behind the body, and you get a disadvantage from that. So a lot of times when people are standing, the ball comes at them real fast, they have an instinct to turn like this, to make themselves thin and not get hit by the ball, and not making contact back here. Very common mistake. So what you need to do when the ball is coming at you and you're stationary without movement, you don't need to turn much. There can be a slight turn like this, very minimal turn to make it more comfortable to hit the ball on this side, and on the back end is going to be a little bit more of a turn because we're reaching over here. But generally you want to be more open. Okay? And this is the case even if you're moving straight forward.
Even if you're going forward?
Yeah, so if you get a ball that's straight in front of you, you don't need to turn and then move like this. You just kind of face the ball and move forward and volley it. Okay, so if you don't have to move towards the sides on the volley, there's no need to turn a lot. So here's where you do have to turn on the volley. If you get a ball that requires lateral movement. So in other words, if I get a volley, it's far away, I can't reach it, I'm gonna have to move towards it. I don't wanna move like this, look. It's completely awkward, right? So what you're gonna do is, the first thing you do when you have to move towards the volley is you turn like this, and then you move and you play contact. Now, one thing you wanna avoid is being too turned. So you just wanna turn enough so you can comfortably move this way, so you don't have to move in a sideways position. So you wanna move in the most natural way, which is like this, but don't overturn like this and now you're running like that, because that again puts the hitting hand too far back. So when you get a lateral ball, you turn enough so that you can move the most efficient way, and you still have a good chance to play the ball in front, because here's the key on the volley. You want that contact to be in front with the elbow clearing your rib cage. There needs to be enough space where you can stick a ball in here, and so you can create this angle on the racket face. Even on the lateral ones, when you're running like this, you still want to make contact like that in front. You want to have space there. Okay, on the back end, it's going to be very similar. One mistake that a lot of people do is they turn too much. They're like this, and now they make contact too far back. So you turn enough so we can move in the most efficient way, so you're not moving like this. You turn, you move this way, and now you're going to be making contact a little bit more in front of your body like this. Again, space between the elbow and the rib cage, like that. Here we go. You no need to turn too much. You can face the ball. Good job. And keep freezing that racket. Stay in an athletic position. Beautiful job. Good. Nice job, Shamir. Okay, it's all right. No, you didn't mess up at all.
I didn't? Oh, okay.
No, what? Look, when the ball comes to your body, you want to do a backhand volley.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, it's much faster than doing a forehand. Look, yeah, if you try to do a forehand, you have to take a step out of the way in order to hit it there. But see there, it doesn't really, it feels comfortable without turning.
Yeah, it wasn't like...
It's no unnecessary to turn.
No.
All right, so now, I want you to go to the service line. I'm going to give you a floater. You're going to close. And you're going to avoid turning too much as you're running forward to close the ball. You're going to kind of face the ball more. Like that. All right, try it out.
Got it.
Close. Come on. Yeah, don't turn too much. Look, you can run up to the ball like this. Open. Okay? You don't have to run to the ball like this. All right?
How do I run to the ball?
Open. Facing the ball. Your chest towards the ball. Here, your chest towards the ball.
When do I take out the racket though?
You can take it out early. You can prepare the racket here. You can keep the racket in front of you as you're running, but be more open. Like this. Racket is here, and then you just freeze it. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Come, get in. Excellent. Now backhand, same thing. Get in. Come. Good. Close. Good job. Close. Okay.
Oh.
Remember what I told you? On the backhand, naturally, there's going to be a little bit more of a turn than the forehand.
Right.
So on the because if you don't turn at all on the backhand, you have to reach over to get the racket to the proper place. So naturally, look, we're going to have a little bit more of a turn on the backhand side. Not a full turn like this, because again, if you have to run up and you're like this, it's going to be weird. So you still want to be able to move forward, but you are going to be slightly turned. Take a look at my backhand volley. Look, here. See, there's a little bit of
Slightly turn.
slightly turn. I would say like a half turn.
45?
45, but you're still facing forward with the chest.
Yeah.
On the forehand, because of different biomechanics, you can be completely open as you're running up to it. Like that. Get in there. Perfect. So look, on the lateral one, again, no full turn, but enough turn so you can run this way. This, look, on the backhand is this. This, turn, and now you're a little bit more turn in the forehand, and you're gonna go this way. But you gotta move more. It's not just one step. There you go.
Okay.
That was maybe a little too much. Try it again.
Right there?
Yeah. There you go. Try forehand. Perfect. Absolutely
Good
perfect.
space,
Yep,
okay.
that's it. But there's one mistake I see a lot at the rec level is people turn too much, and now your contact's going to be too far back.
So on the backhand,
Yeah, you avoid running to the ball like this. Run like this. Don't allow this shoulder to get ahead.
45.
Well, not 45, straight on. So if this shoulder gets ahead, now you're going to be making contact back here. That's what you did there.
So not this. This?
Absolutely. 100% there.
That.
In this relationship of the shoulders, don't allow this one to get ahead.
Don't allow.
Okay, think of it this way. You don't want your back pointing towards the other side. So you don't want to show your back as you run. Don't show your back. Hide your back.
Hide your back.
Hide your back. And on the forehand, it's going to be still showing the chest a little bit as you're moving. You're still showing the chest a little bit.
Still showing a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little different on the forehand.
Okay.
So let's try it again. Good. 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 Good.
The ball is getting farther away. The farther it is, the harder it is to not show my back. I'm going to show my back.
You are. So if it's a complete emergency, you are going to show your back.
Okay.
So if you're reaching like this, you will have to stretch it out and this shoulder will get ahead.
You will show.
But this is a disadvantage. Yeah, so you do that if you have to.
If you have to.
But if you don't have to, generally you want to make contact a little bit closer to the body. Remember our volley lesson? It was a long time ago. We talked about like playing the volley a little bit closer to the body.
Yeah.
So one mistake on the lateral volley at the rec level is this. So players will wait, and now the ball comes laterally, and the first instinct to have is to stretch the racket out like this.
They don't move.
So they don't move the whole body. You have to move your whole system towards the ball like this.
Right.
And then you can make that contact closer to the body where you have more feel, you have more strength, you have more stability.
Okay.
You have less stability, less feel, and less power when you're stretched out.
When you're reaching.
However, sometimes you're forced to. You have to, because there's no other way to get to the ball.
It's better to get over the net.
Well, you have to fight,
Yeah.
right? So on the back end, yes, you're right. In emergency, I'll have to go like this, and yes, this shoulder will get ahead.
Okay.
There it is. See, that was an emergency, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
emergency.
you see what I mean? Before, you were doing a much better job controlling this setup and not being too far turned like this. Very good. Okay, now one more movement thing we have to talk about is what do you do as far as rotation when it comes to the low volley? Okay, we'll do that next.
Okay.
So let me first see you do the low volley. I'll tell you if you're doing it right.
Okay. Cool.
Do it again. Can you feed me a few?
Oh, nice.
There. So you see what I did there? I continued moving through the ball, but there was a lunge aspect to the low ball.
Okay.
There's a lunging aspect because the best way for us to get down, because here's the fact, when the ball is low, we have to get low. If we don't get low, the other option is bending just the upper body while the legs are straight, and now you have this horrible angle of the racket. You'll have to hit the ball up.
Right.
Okay, so we have to get low. The best way to get low is with a lunge.
Okay.
All right, so the tricky part about the low volley is if you're doing it in transition, you have to do a dynamic lunge. In other words, you're gonna lunge, and then you're right away gonna continue moving after the lunge. When it's more of a stationary low volley, you can do a stationary lunge where you just go like that. In both of those cases, however, you're gonna be more open if you're moving forward.
If you're moving forward, right. So the same thing applies to all the things we're doing. It's just putting a lunge in it.
Yeah, if you're doing a lateral lunge, then of course you're gonna be turned.
Right.
So the same things apply, but you gotta make sure that you're performing the lunge. All right, try it out. I'm gonna give you a
Okay.
low ball, and this is gonna be a dynamic lunge where you're gonna be moving towards the net. You're gonna be coming from the service line, low volley, and you're gonna continue transitioning after contact.
Just like I did the other one where.
Exactly. But you try to lunge more. So in other words, you take a longer step prior to contact so you can get lower.
Am I making contact while I'm in the lunging position, right?
It's gonna be inside of that. Don't overthink that. It's gonna happen naturally.
Okay, okay.
But the easiest way to get down is by lunging. Look,
By lunging.
I'll show you. If I lunge, naturally I'm down already. See, I'm down.
You're down, yeah.
Yeah, if I'm narrow, now I gotta bend like this. It's harder.
Yeah,
A lunge brings you down automatically.
dynamically.
No, it brings you down
Yeah.
automatically. Whether it's dynamic or stationary, that depends on the situation you're in.
Intuitively. I try to incorporate the intuitive.
You're reading,
Yeah, yeah.
you're reading this. You're
Yeah.
getting confused.
Yeah.
Just,
Okay. All right. So,
no, it's got nothing to do with that. So
Okay.
it's just a different type of movements depending on the incoming ball.
Okay.
Stationary is when
Stationary is when
the ball's coming to you.
to me, yeah. If it's
Dynamic is
I'm
in
going-
transition.
I'm transitioning to.
So there's no time to stop. In other words,
Yeah.
right?
So I can still do the lunge volley. If it's not away from me, I still like if it's I stay.
Lunge volley is when the ball is low. There's absolutely no need to lunge for the volley if it's
No.
high. Watch
Right.
this. Feed me a high ball and I'll lunge. Oh God, what happened? I lunged. Why would I lunge? It's stupid.
Yeah, so you only lunge if it's a low ball.
Absolutely.
But if it's a low ball that's far away from you, you lunge moving.
Of course.
And if it's a low ball that's coming to you, you just
Stationary.
stationary line. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it now.
All right. Let's try it again. Okay, go on the
All right.
service line.
Service line. Okay.
Yes. 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 Good. Much better. Okay, back up there. And now you get a stationary lunge, okay?
Stationary.
Stationary. Here we go.
Oh.
So see, go lower, lower. But see what I'm doing is I'm just ripping the ball right at your feet and it's coming right at you, but all you gotta do is go bam, right here. There you go. That's it.
Okay.
Backhand. Oh! How good was that?
The other one, I like that one. Add some pace on it too, a little
It
bit.
did, it did. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so if it's low, you lunge. If the ball's low and away from you, you lunge, actively moving to the ball with a
Absolutely.
lunge. If it's coming to you low, you just lunge where the ball's.
Let me summarize the
Yeah.
lessons. So you're waiting for the ball like this, and the ball's coming to you.
Yeah.
Avoid turning too much. There's a big mistake at the rec level is turning too much, unnecessarily so. So players would go like this, and now the hand is too far back. So avoid that if the ball's coming right to you. If you like reflex volleying with someone, you don't have to turn that much. Forehand, you can hit like this. Backhand, there's a little bit more of a turn here, but you're still facing the ball like this. However, when you're laterally moving, that's where you have to turn, but avoid overturning. Because obviously you can't move to the ball like this. So you have to turn the body so you can move more efficiently this way. All right? But
Yeah.
while you're doing that, you still want to maintain a little bit more open on the forehand and avoid overturning on the backhand like this.
Unless it's emergency and you have to, then you can show your back.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What do you think? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
All right, Shamir, good job, man. Your volleys have gotten a lot better. Nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.